Here are 5 steps you can take to deal with an injury without going to see a doctor. I'm Dr. David, orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and author of That's Gotta Hurt, The Injuries That Changed Sports Forever. And I provide information, education, and commentary on sports and exercise, injuries, injury treatments, and injury prevention for athletes and active people so that you can stay healthy and perform your best. I get it. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and I know people don't want to come to the doctor. I hear it all the time when they finally do come to the doctor and they tell me it's been a year since they've started having trouble and they didn't want to go see somebody. Completely understand. You want to try to see if you can get better on your own. But are there some steps you can take to try to get better before you end up going to see the doctor? Well, let me give you 5 ideas that I have on ways you might be able to get better without having to go see a doctor or orthopedic surgeon. First thing I might try is to modify the activities or stop doing the activities that cause pain for a few days. So if it gives you this vague, achy pain in the front of your knee when you run, maybe you don't run for a couple of days and you do a stationary bike or you swim or something like that. If it's basketball, maybe jumping in basketball, maybe you shoot but you don't do formal practices, or whatever it is, modify or stop doing exercises for a few days and see if it gets better. Tip number 2 that you could try would be ice. Generally, ice can decrease inflammation and can decrease pain. So it may be a bag of ice or frozen peas or something like that that you put on whatever part of the body it is. Or you could freeze some water in a cup and peel the rim around and actually do like an ice massage to the injured area. That can be really effective for inflammation of a body part to help basically make it feel better. Number 3, the thing you could try, maybe depending on what the problem is to try an over-the-counter brace or knee sleeve or some sort of compression wrap. Not always a bad idea to maybe try to take stress off the area that hurts or even to help decrease the swelling. Now, it's not for every type of injury and you could try it. It may not help that much at all, but something simple that might potentially be effective for a few dollars that might help you get back to what you want to do. And then when it starts feeling better, take it off. Number 4 you could try would be to stretch that area. It could be using a foam roller to stretch out, tight tissue that's inflamed. It could be just some simple stretching exercises. Sometimes that's helpful for things like plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendon problems, things like that. Sometimes that can be effective as well. And the 5th thing, it's a little more aggressive, but again, very helpful, is to consider seeing a physical therapist. We usually think of physical therapy as something we do after we've seen a doctor or after we've had surgery, but in all 50 states in the US, you can see a physical therapist without a doctor's prescription. If you see them and they feel like it is something potentially surgical, they may say, hey, I think you should see a doctor or see an orthopedic surgeon. But a lot of times, especially early, they can figure out what's going on, give you some simple stretches or strengthening exercises, or maybe you work with them a few days a week for a few weeks, and that may be enough to get you better. Now, I'm not opposed, obviously, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, so I'm never opposed to people seeing a doctor, make sure it's not something bad, but those would be some ideas of ways you could start, try to get better, and then if you're not making any progress, then you see a doctor. Okay, what do you think? Are there any suggestions you'd recommend that I didn't mention, short of seeing a doctor? Other treatments, other home remedies, things like that? I'd love to hear them. So in the comments below this video, let me know what you think. Share your ideas. It will help all of us that like to play sports or exercise overcome injuries. If you like videos like this and you want more information on sports and exercise, injuries, injury treatments, and injury prevention, subscribe to my video channel. I record a couple of these videos every single week, so click the button in the upper right corner of the page and they'll get delivered directly to you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, share your ideas for how people can get over their injuries without seeing a doctor, and I look forward to seeing you right here next time.